How's it going, guys? Chris back here again with some more Explorer-based content. Today we're going to be checking out another deck that I've played in Historic. Well, not Historic, back when it was in Standard. And that's Mono Green Food. Um, so the three main cards of this deck are Feasting Troll King, Wicked Wolf, Trail of Crumbs. And it's got other things too, like, what's the other one? Gilded Goose. Gilded Goose is really good for making food. And then it's just got a bunch of utility and support pieces for card advantage, like, Great Henge and, Great Henge, what else? It's got more. Yeah. I don't know, I had to change some of the list because this is one of the older decks, and it's like, it's been around for a while. It is a really good deck, though, which is why I'm hopeful that it's going to do good. But in my initial testing games, it just did not do great. But Wicked Wolf is a really good card. I love Wicked Wolf. I don't really... I guess we're gonna... So we'll get it back. Will we be alive by then? I don't know. So I kind of need life gain. I also kind of need blockers. Esika's Chariot can fulfill part of that, at least. Should have gone Torbrand, right? If we'd gone Torbrand, we'd be, so this is maximum carnage. Am I just dead? So the problem is I need a cheaper creature. I can bring myself to 5, but this is 7 damage. I can play a blocker, but they'll still just get through with at least 3 damage. Oh, yeah, we got our thing back. Never mind. We're good. Ish. They have 1 burn spell. We are so dead. We are still so dead. So we die here to the 1/1 goblin. So the reason we die to the 1/1 goblin is because Torbrand makes his damage +2. Yeah. Oh, God. That's not a good start. Because I really, really loved the mono green food archetype. Because it was in an archetype where... It was in a time period where we had just played with a bunch of control decks. And at that point, having something low to the ground and aggressive really felt refreshing. Felt a lot of fun. That being said, there was a food deck before it. There was the Oko food deck, which was so broken that it blipped on the radar of Standard and then was immediately crushed. Let's be fair, that was probably too good. So I think I've played about half a dozen games with this, and the results have not been great. Like, I think we won a third from my trial games if we add them in. Oh, a Lucky Clover deck. I love a Lucky Clover deck. I think next turn I'm going to go Trail of Crumbs and Greatness. So they can Wicked Wolf whatever they play. It's of course hinging on the fact that we get to keep Tangled Florahedron. We might not. Like, the best play for them, I think, would be the Giant Beanstalk Giant. Because if they get three lands off of 3 mana, that's pretty insane. Yeah, I'll take it. Do I want to get down the Wicked Wolf just so that I can put in the Gargaroth in case I don't actually draw anything? Because Gargaroth is really good against control. And his toughness is beefy enough to withstand 2... Well, it's not beefy enough to withstand 3 stomps, but it would mean they would have to use all 3 stomps on Gargaroth, which would probably save some of our other creatures. Don't target Wicked Wolf. Okay. You're a good opponent. I get worried whenever I see people play against cards that they're not as familiar with. Well, I trust people to be competent. I don't want to see the sad scenario where now we got our 4th land. They'll trade all 3 tokens for... Yeah, I guess not. I was going to say if they would have traded all 4 tokens for the Wicked Wolf, I would have taken that trade. Took that trade. Token? Token's not a word. Lovestruck Beast in exile. Lovestruck Beast in the grave. And the Growth Spiral. These are all really fun cards. Well, they were fun back in the day. They got old because they were in Standard for way long. And now that Standard's kind of calmed down a bit. I say calmed down, it's not really calmed that down. Just not gonna let me have any fun. I don't really want Mammoth, honestly. I'm actually gonna sack my food here because I want to draw a card. What? Trail of Crumbs, I guess. I need to start getting the card advantage going. Because it feels like the Clover deck is kind of outpacing me at the moment. So this looks like a 4-color pile. So they have all the mana in the world. Can they do anything with it? They just have all the mana in the world. Always worried when I see a green planeswalker come down because so many of them have regrowth effects, and it's that wouldn't be good. Yeah, I'll take that actually. So getting around an 11/11 is going to be actually challenging for this deck. That was not a problem back in the day. Like, in theory, we could get enough counters on Wicked Wolf to get around it. It's unlikely. There's their card advantage. Actually, Beanstalk was within the format, wasn't it? I guess it was an issue at some point. Because these two cards are functionally similar. One of them is a token off of a 5/5 though, so, and actually has a static ability. By Gilded Goose, I don't need you. By Boseiju, I don't need you. Trail of Crumbs. It's actually pretty decent. Ooh, I messed up. Oh well. We'll pretend it wasn't a mistake. We want another blocker. So I should have left the 3 mana up, and then I could have drawn 3 cards. But we're at the stage where the adventure deck's going to outvalue us very soon. So we might have to give food at return. Mono green food, because I kind of went with a standard food deck from its latter years in standard, and it's just getting crushed in historic, not a historic explorer. And I think a lot of that's because of new cards that were added to older archetypes that just make it a little bit better. Like, Rin 7 is a really good addition. The mana base has improved considerably. We have the new Triomes in it. Binding of the Old Gods put in a lot of work. What was our first match against? It was against a mono red deck, like Charger was good against us because our creatures are kind of small. Like Lovestruck Beast really needs you to have a 1/1, and Firebrand Charger deals 1 damage when it dies. So you just can't profitably block it, and if they pump it with... Because they pumped it with the new Werewolf, which gives it +1/+0 and haste, which is also a new edition card that's somewhat good against their deck. Let's see, back when this was in Standard, you had haste threats in Robber the Rich. So we fight down that boy. We're just so dead. Very, very dead. Oh, I can pay. That's cool. There's our Feasting Troll King. Then we got the Army of the 1/1s. Like, I'm not sure I agree with Neverwinter Dryad in the deck, but if you're desperate for land ramp, I guess it'll work. It is nice, though, to see updated versions of older decks. Like having an adventure-style deck with Ren 7 in it, actually an interesting addition. Because you still have, like, the value plan from the Clovers, but you also have, like, a ramp plan from Ren. It can help you close out the game. Because we saw with our own attempted adventures that if you can't get those through value, the deck can still lose. But if you have like a big ramp plan behind it, that's not as much of a problem. Splashing in black for the Binding of the Old Gods? I don't know. Could be good. It was very good in this matchup. I'm just a little worried about the opportunity cost by adding the extra mana. How often are you going to get like mana screwed and stuff like that? So this is a good Garruk's Harbinger matchup. Garruk's Harbinger is one of those cards that he didn't find his way into a lot of decks, but there was a brief period in Standard where Jun Food was still around, and he made his way into some of the mono green decks during that time. Because he could just attack and get in damage. Hexproof from black is really nice. And drawing cards based off it's really good too. Fortunately, Hexproof from black isn't protection from black, so they can still block him. But what do I want to ditch? I think Troll King, honestly. So if I get an untap land, which I didn't, it's unfortunate. I could have played Great Henge this turn, and then with Great Henge, oh, that's unfortunate. Might have been a reason to just pop off the Wicked Wolf. Because even though he would have died in that exchange, getting Rankle off the board might just have been worth it. Because now we lose both of our cards, Rankle's still around. Yeah, I just have to start attacking in before it becomes too late. Is it already too late? I think it's already too late. Yeah, I think I was too passive there. So we still die here. They activate Faithless Having, and it... Well, they didn't. Okay, that's cool. So we lived to combat at least. That's nice. Man, these games are rough. I love the mono green archetype. It's really stompy, which is nice. But in the wrong matchups and in the wrong times, it just gets stomped. And I'm not sure if you play a fair mono green deck, it's good enough for Explorer. Well, either way, those are the 3 games we have struck out. But it was fun either way. So thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, remember to like, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.